I'm Pauline Kael, and I write about movies for The New Yorker. When I write about movies, all my experience and reactions seem to come together, and there's an exhilaration for me, and I think sometimes it shows up in the prose. Mona Lisa reeks of film noirishness. Worse, it reeks of intellectualized noirishness. But the whole movie has some of the potency of cheap music that's represented by the title song, I Succumbed. There are moments all the time in movies that quite surprise me. I think that happens from our earliest movie-going. In D.W. Griffith's Intolerance, there's one moment when a little chariot pulled by doves crosses the screen. You wouldn't believe it was possible for something like that to be as affecting as it is, but every time I think of that image, something melts. I'm disposed to like Prince, the 26-year-old pansexual star of Purple Rain, because he is, as a friend of mine put it, the fulfillment of everything that people like Jerry Falwell say rock and roll will do to the youth of America. When you get to mail, you often realize you're reaching little kids in small southern towns. A lot of America is still like Winesburg, Ohio, and kids read The New Yorker because it keeps them from feeling crazy. I know that Platoon is being acclaimed for its realism, and I expect to be chastised for being a woman finding fault with a war film. But I've probably seen as much combat as most of the men saying, "This is how war is." I think about the only trend now is that the good movies come from left field. They're the long shots, the movies you don't expect to be as good as they are. And the last year, I think The Dead was the extraordinary surprise. I mean, who expected John Huston at his age and near death to make a film of such splendor and to make a film with a totally different spirit from anything he'd ever done before? I think I've had the luck of writing about movies at a great period, particularly, I mean, the 70s, when movies really changed.
It's true that all the men you knew were dealers who said
I can't hear the Leonard Cohen record without thinking of McCabe and Mrs. Miller. I can't see any kind of gangster movie without thinking of the Godfather pictures. Those movies, I think, changed me, and I was lucky enough to be in a position here that I could write about it.